Hey everyone, welcome back to Copperline Rattler Ranch. I'm Julia. We have a lot of exciting things happening in this video. Our furniture for the living room arrives today. Our range arrives, even though the kitchen's not quite ready for it, but it arrives. And I'll show you everything we've gotten done on the kitchen so far. So stay tuned. All right, everyone, here's our new furniture. We're still waiting on a recliner. Probably go in this kind of space over here. We may rearrange a little bit more once that gets here. We've kind of moved these things around a couple of times since we got them today. Loving them, loving them, loving them. It's wonderful to have furniture again. We are so excited about this. We've decided we're going to do the floor first in here because we have appliances coming soon. So we're going to do the Schluter underlayment and get that in there. And then in a couple days we're going to Tucson to look for some tile. And I think by hook or by crook we're going to select something and bring it down and get it put in place later this week. And then that way, when our appliances come, we can put them straight on into the kitchen, and they can just kind of be in the way a little bit while we work on the electrical, the plumbing, the drywall, all that kind of thing to finish off the kitchen. So I've removed the tape, swept the floor, and vacuumed the floor again. I can see that there's a couple spots that need a little bit more vacuuming, but Dawn's going to be putting the underlayment down pretty soon. We've got our Schluter Ditra as our underlayment all in place. It was relatively easy to do once we kind of figured it out. This is where you actually do a thin set. You don't want your mortar to be super, super thick. I don't believe it worked better for us when we had it a little thinner than what we thought it should be. But don't take our word for it. Visit their website and they will tell you everything you need to know. Don't take our word for any of this because we are not professionals. This is the absolute first time we've used this underlayment. So there you have it. Next, we've got our tiles. This is just a first row. They're not down. We're just kind of placing them to kind of see how they're going to fit. And it's going to take 10 across, a little bit slightly less because we'll have to trim off 2 of these boards, 1 on each side. We're going to start right in the center, and the center is right here. I put a little black mark there. I don't know if you can see it on the wood. And then we're going with 1/8 inch spacing between all the tiles. This is a gray wood look tile. It's a ceramic tile. We picked this up in Tucson. We actually got it on clearance, so we got a pretty good deal, and they had enough for us to do the entire kitchen. So this will be it. They're 8 inches by 24 inches. And then we use the same uncoupling thin set, but a little bit thicker, more of like a medium set, so that it can go into all these little divots that are on the Schluter mat, on the Schluter Ditra. So inside each one of these little cells, the raised part actually has a little undercut so that the thin set will get underneath the undercut, and then it'll attach to the Schluter membrane, and it'll of course attach to the tile on the back side. So that's our next step. We're going to just kind of place them out today. We had a busy day yesterday. We had to go to Tucson for some appointments and to pick out our tile, and we're a little bit tired. So today we're just taking care of some routine stuff that we need to do and getting this kind of placed out and kind of figured out where we want to start with the tiles so that we have make the least amount of cuts so it looks symmetrical when you come in. You know, there's some symmetry to it. This is all tiles from one box, and I'm happy to say they're not all exactly the same. The company that made these tiles did a great job at making sure that you didn't have a box of all the same tiles, so it will look more like a natural floor. It's going to be more durable, hopefully, than a real wood floor would be. And we'll show you some of that as we get onto it. So we're going to start this probably on Friday. We are about halfway, maybe a little bit less done with the tile. It is brutal, brutal work. Oh, good thing Don's knees are good because I cannot get down on my knees to do this. So he's been doing all this work. I've just been mixing the thin set for him and getting his tile spacers in. So far, I think it looks great. We'll have to see how it looks when we're done. So we've got the tiling done in the indoor-outdoor kitchen. Just a few more of the spacers to pull up. We also have to do all of the grouting, so the grouting is not done yet. Dawn's going to be doing that just because my knees won't allow me to get down on the floor. So he's going to be doing that today. Also today, our refrigerator is coming. Woohoo! So even if we don't have the grouting done, we're going to put the refrigerator in here, set it in the center of the room to keep it out of the elements until we get everything ready to go. Here comes the fridge. So everyone, we got our range. Still have a few things to do with it. I'm going to kind of flip the camera around and show you what's going on with it. Our friend Tom used to install appliances, so he's been over here today helping us. Because it is shipped as an appliance for natural gas, but they ship it with all of the orifices that you have to change out for LP gas. So we spent much of the morning first off getting it uncrated. It comes in this fantastic crate. Unbelievable how well they packed it. Lots of styrofoam, lots of crate. It even had a cover, like a almost like a grill cover over it before we actually got it out of there. So, and this thing, I'm telling you, is built. This crate itself, you know, all these screws in it. There were screws all up and down around here. This housed the stove, the range, and it was sitting on top of this part. More styrofoam, more styrofoam, more styrofoam. So it didn't have any scratches at all. Anyway, each burner had to have the orifices changed out for natural gas, or I'm sorry, from natural gas to LP gas. The small oven had one orifice to change. The large oven had two, one for the actual oven and one for the broiler. The kick plate we've removed because we don't want to put it on and then have to remove it again when we do the leak check. So we don't have our gas hooked up yet. We still have to do all that on the outside. We had some issues with the pipe that we purchased. We got some lengths weren't quite right, so Don had to go to town and fix that. So he's going to go get some more pipe and some other tools that he'll need, and then we'll get back on getting this gas lined up. Next after that will be all the electric. So we still have to do the electric and the plumbing too. It's ready to go, but we still got to get it done. Oh my God, I can't believe this. So this stove, this range, is 48 inches across. We got 8 burners. It also has a grate kind of thing, or like a griddle that you can flip over and has like the barbecue grates on it. So you can convert one set to that when you need to. The bigger oven will do all sorts of things. The smaller oven won't get quite as high on the temperature as the bigger oven will, but it gives you the chance to cook at least 2 things or more at once. So that is something that I was really looking forward to, having these 2 ovens side by side. It's easy to find them where they have 2 small ovens, one on top of the other, but I wanted the option of having this nice, big, beautiful oven and a smaller oven here for rolls or pies or cakes or whatever else I'm going to be baking with meals and things. So yeah, I'm really excited. So hopefully we're going to get this doggone kitchen done before too long. We'll be able to have that knocked out of the way. And yeah, super, super exciting. So yeah, we got this crate. Unbelievable. Like I said, unbelievable how well built it was. We were kind of thinking this was just a place to check, but when we pulled it off, you can see in here there's a cutout, and it lines up with where the knobs on the range ended up, so there would be no net damage to the knobs. That was, I think, a really clever thing. Maybe I'm just impressed by small things these days. Excuse me. We are not sponsored by anyone. This is the brand that I chose, the Forno gas range. is the brand that I chose for this. And then our hood, our range hood is actually a Thor. Again, we are not sponsored by any of this. This is all stuff that we paid for out of our pocket. And then, of course, our refrigerator, our total refrigerator is from a company called Easy Freeze that does only propane refrigerators and freezers. You can check them out too. Like I said, not sponsored. You know, you can check all these companies out. That's fine. That's your choice. We chose this because it was the most reliable brand that we could find that was propane, built for propane, and they're built in the United States. The stove was what I wanted. The brand was not necessarily important to me. The quality was, had really good reviews, and it was on sale. It happened to be an appliance sale time, so that's why we got this one. It was about $2,000 less than some of the name brands. The Thor range hood was also on sale, so I got it for probably about $200 or $300 less than what it would have been full retail. So that's why we went with those. And the Thor range hood will be up here, clear up by the ceiling. The one that they promote to go with this has a backsplash and everything on it. I just did not like the look of that. So I want to have a regular backsplash behind there, and then the range hood will be, like I said, up above. It will meet that 30-inch minimum that needs to be above this range. And Dawn and two of our grandsons worked diligently on Christmas Eve to get this half wired and to get the gas lines done and tested so that we could actually cook in here for Christmas dinner. We had a little fold-up table in here. We had dinner in here. So it was really, really nice to be able to do that. So now we got to finish the electrical for this half of the room. Dawn has to finish the plumbing. Here is the water standpipe, I guess, or whatever it is. And we did decide we're going to go ahead and put the sink in this area. If I'm over here at this window, I mean, you got a little bit of a view over there, but most of it's the laundry discharge. So we're just going to go put it over here. I think it's fine. Keep me focused on doing the dishes. So that's where we're at. So we're going to finish this up. Hopefully we can get most of the wiring finished up today. Get started on some insulation once we get the plumbing finished too. And yeah, we'll be good to go. One day maybe I'll have a good hair day. I don't know. It's getting windy. We're supposed to get storms today. So we're going to go ahead and call it quits for this video. We'll have a lot more in the next video. Don is working on wiring. He's got the rest of the kitchen wired. We'll show you that in the next video. He's got most of the plumbing done. We still have to do the drain plumbing, I guess you consider that plumbing. All the gas lines are in. The hot water heater is hooked up. It's another on-demand gas water heater. And I'll show you all that in the next video. And then we've also made a couple selections on what we're going to do with the ceiling and the walls. And I know I mentioned earlier in this video drywall. I'll tell you, we are both sick of drywall, so we're not going to do drywall. We're going to do something else instead. So you'll have to watch next time and see what we've chosen. So yeah, that's going to be it. We appreciate you coming by and watching and see what we've done. If you have any questions or comments, put them in that comment section below the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Happy New Year. Bye. It's just starting to rain coming from this direction. And we've got a huge double rainbow. Oh my gosh. Amazing. I know the phone doesn't do, the camera doesn't do it justice. And here is the sunrise with all this rain.